Alright, welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm talking about cloning your repository on GitHub. And you may be asking, what is a repository? A repository is a central location in which data is stored and managed. So a repository contains all of your project files and each file revision history. So it's just like a location where you store and manage your data from your data that you've created. So why do you need to clone the repository? Cloning the repository syncs or synchronizes, that's transferring data between two or more devices so that they will have the same file. So cloning the repository syncs an existing repository and makes a copy of that repository into your local machine or computer. So when you want to access data inside your repository on your local computer, your local machine, you need to clone that your GitHub repository on your computer. It makes it easier to fix image conflicts, add or remove files, and push larger commits. So that's the major reason why you need to clone your repository so that you can do anything on your GitHub repository from your local machine or computer. So how do you clone the repository? First thing, you have to fire up your terminal. Now, in your terminal, you are going to first of all go make sure you are in your working your root directory. So as usual, change directory to your root. Okay, lowercase. So you change your root directory using this. You should be familiar with this. If you don't know how to do this, you check my previous video on shell navigation. I've done this several times. So you are sure you are in your root directory. Then now, what is the command to clone? I'll put that here in my notepad. The command to clone a repository is this. So you use your git clone https, then here you put your personal token. Now your personal token is just like password for authentication. So I've done a video on this. My previous video talks about how to create your personal token. You can check it out. So you put your personal token here, then at github.com slash you put your GitHub username here, then slash repository name. In our previous video, in my previous video, I created a repository named software precourse. So you can check my previous video to know how to create a repository. So now all I need to do is to replace this place with my personal token, and I saved my personal token here. So all I need to do is just to come and copy it here. I told you to always save this somewhere and don't share it anymore. So you save it here and I paste this here. So this is my personal token now, replacing that. um, all right, this is my personal token here, and now I have to put my username, my GitHub username. My username is just Daniel hyphen Oluwole. All right, this is my username, and the last thing I have to put is my repository name here. So what's my repository name? Remember, I saved it as software precourse. So you can check my previous video to understand how to create your repository. So all I do is just to paste this here. So now I have created the link or the command to clone my repository. I have my personal token here. I have my username here and the name of the repository you want to clone. So if your own is another name, you put the name of the repository here. So this is the repository I am cloning. So you copy this, copy. Now you have to go to your web terminal to paste this. Now on your Windows machine, you have to know that on Windows, to paste on your web terminal, you have to use Control A V. That's Control plus A plus V. So I'll be going to my terminal. If you don't want to use that Control plus A plus V, maybe you're using another operating system, you simply type this in your terminal. So now in my terminal, I just press Control A V and you can see I've pasted what I have here. So once I press the enter button, cloning into this, you appear to have cloned an empty repository. Yes, you can check my repository. This is the repository here. Okay, that software precourse. You can see it's empty. There's nothing there. It's empty. There's no folder, no file inside it yet. I just created it in my last video. So my web terminal is saying that you appear to have cloned an empty repository. So that tells us that yes, the repository has been cloned. To be sure that we have successfully cloned your repository, all you need to just do is to type here
ls. Now that's ls is to list the folders that are in your root directory. Remember, we cloned this in our root directory, and you can now see from here that we have software precourse. So software precourse has been cloned into our web terminal, and from here we can navigate into software precourse and do any other thing. You can copy, you can move files, you can create files, and you're certain now that your directory has been cloned, your repository rather has been cloned.
So that's all about cloning a repository. In my next video, I'm going to talk about how to add a README file and do some other things. So until then, kindly subscribe to this channel. Click the bell notification to be notified whenever a new video is dropped. Click on the share button to share with your friends, and don't forget to like this video. Thank you.